Hey everybody, welcome to Sportsman's Warehouse, Columbia, South Carolina. We got Barry Sowers with us once again, and you know, Barry, as we get further into the summer, we're talking more and more about a deep water bite, maybe a little nighttime fishing. You know, night tournaments in the past 5 years have really taken off on a lot of fisheries throughout the country because the bite's so good at night and you can find some quality. And we're going to talk about that, but first we're going to talk about the deeper bite that you're challenged with right now, especially with a lot of these tournaments still going on in late June.
Absolutely. These water temps are starting to creep up. Fish are going to be chasing the cooler temps. The thermocline is going to be lowering a little bit. So I think you're going to get a more consistent, especially a bigger bite. You're going to get a little bit better bite, bigger bite out deep. Always fish on the banks, but if you're looking to put a little money in your pocket from a tournament, I think you need to be out chasing those a little bit bigger fish. And to that, I got a couple of lures here I like to use to tackle that approach. Probably my favorite is throwing a big worm. And when I say a big worm, I'm saying, generally nothing smaller than a 12-inch worm. These ones in particular are Berkeley Power Bait. Green Pumpkin and Black and Blue, two of my best producers. You can fish those Texas rig, you can fish some Carolina rig. Very versatile bait, and that bigger bait does tend to draw that bigger strike. Another bait I like to throw is a jig. I like to drag a football head jig. These in particular are some of the Peppers Customs. Half, 3/4 ounce, something like that. Drag that football jig around. Put your favorite trailer on it. Again, tends to draw a little bit more, a little bit bigger bite. Now, those days that we've all faced, the fish are just finicky. They're neutral. Maybe we had a front come through, something like that. Just got them really turned off. They have a hard time turning their nose up at a shaky head. Now, one of my favorite shaky head jigs itself to work is the Strike King. That one in particular is a 1/4 ounce. I'll vary the weight depending on the depth I'm fishing. Very sharp hook. This has a Gamakatsu hook, good finish, good paint job on them. And I go a little bit different. A lot of guys like to tip a shaky head with a straight tail worm, something like that. I'm actually looking for something to displace a little bit more water. This Rage Tail, this is a Rage Tail 7-inch thumper. I'll rig that on that shake head. It's got a really unique curl in the tail with a bit of a lip on it, and as that thing moves, it displaces a lot of water. Really gets the fish's attention, and because it displaces a lot of water, sometimes a fish can mistake that for a little bit bigger bite, a little bit bigger bait, and tends to draw a little bit bigger fish on it. So that's my go-to bait when it's kind of tough and finicky out there. You go to that shaky head, they have a hard time turning their nose up at that. Like you touched on, John, the nighttime bite right now is hot. A lot of really good nighttime tournaments up on Murray and a lot of lakes in the area and across the country, as you alluded to. And some of the really hot baits for that right now is I'm going to go back to that big worm, that big 12-inch worm. I like a darker color now. This in particular is a black worm with a blue flake. Black grape, any dark profile bait at night tends to be doing really well and drawing a good bite. And again, I'll go the same approach with a jig. I like to throw a jig at night. There's a lot of guys out there wanting to beat the bank, throwing topwater baits, and they're going to catch some fish. Sure. But the ones I'm going to draw to the boat with these baits right here, they might as well throw them little ones back.
Well, I hate to sound repetitive. Obviously, Strike King is a sponsor of ours, a big sponsor, and it seems like every product showcase we do, there's multiple Strike King products you're showcasing. I don't think their product line's ever been better top to bottom.
No, it's as deep as Strike King has ever been. I mean, everybody knows when they first got in the market, they had a handful of jigs and a couple of spinnerbaits. Now, I don't think anybody would argue that they have probably the best pro staff on the water today, and I think their product line really shows that.
Yeah, and I know they get a lot of input from that pro staff to develop these products. So they have a very good formula going, folks. Don't forget, you can get these products and all the products you see on our product showcase online 24/7 at www.sportsmanswarehouse.com. And we hope you have a great week. We'll see you later.